Welcome, Scorpio. I want to thank you for being here today. Um, I appreciate your time. I was burning the wrong side. I'm gonna burn a little bit of sage just to clear the energy from the previous reading. I know that if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video so others can partake in the blessing. The way that I read is I read intuitively. So I see things, I hear things, and I feel things about your experience. And those are the messages that I share with you. So I do also provide resources. If you go to my profile, there'll be some resources. If you are wanting to join a community of like-minded people, I do have a vault there with some resources, as well as my playlist has some resources for meditations and things of that nature. If I suggest something to use on your journey, it'll either be in the vault or it'll be in the playlist. And I will certainly let you know where you can find the information so that you can start your journey. And if you're in the midst of your journey and maybe have lost your way, or need some additional guidance and support, uh, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. There we go. The first thing that I do in my readings is I provide a oracle card. I shuffle the deck for an oracle card. And I do not read it until the end. I find that it summarizes and confirms the reading that I give you. The way that I read is I do a Celtic cross, so that gives me past, present, future possible outcomes in your situation so that we can determine, right, what the best course of actions are for you. Of course, this is for entertainment purposes only, but I do take my guidance pretty seriously. It's all from a place of love. And this could hit anywhere in your life, in your wealth, your love, your personal self-expression. Um, and so I don't know where it'll hit in your life until I go through the reading. And I'll name it, right? Once it comes through, I feel it. So let's see here. What do we got? Okay, we got one card that came out, and I'll go ahead and read that to you at the end. I usually pause the video, but I come right back with my glasses on and I read for you. Next, we're going to go ahead and do the Celtic cross. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the deck now. I'm going to cut the deck, and then I'm cleansing it now, and then I'm going to cut the deck and then shuffle. And if you have any questions about anything that I'm saying or reading, please do not hesitate to ask questions. This is our community. If you like privacy and don't want to be on these boards, that's another place that you can go to get that support is also in the vault. So, and there are some resources there for you, as I mentioned it before. So once the first card falls, I go ahead and I start to lay the spread. Oops. There we go. There we go. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead. You had two cards that fell out, and they're what's starting the reading. Let's see what we have here. Okay, well, we got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, which is very good. That means there's change afoot. Yay, more change. We are experiencing a time of flux, but be sure to know that everything that is happening is really for us, not to us. And I sometimes, we lose the not the lesson, but the part of the journey to when good or bad is happening, or whatever we perceive as good or bad is happening in our world. It's a time to really look at it from a place of gratitude and love for ourselves. Okay. So we have the first card that comes through here, which is what's at the heart of the matter. This is the Page of Pentacles. So there is a leveling up that is happening here for you. You are going to the next level in some form or fashion, which is really great. The challenge in that level up is you don't feel like you've won the battle. Well, actually, you've won some battle. Let's just put it this way. You've won some battles, but you don't feel like you've won the war. Okay. This card is significant because at any point in time, you can turn this card from a challenge into manifested reality. And what this is success, right? So this is success and a level up. So if I had to say anything, because your water, your cups, your emotional fulfillment, um, you're dealing with work and money. Okay, because the leveling up that I'm feeling here is in your finances, and maybe you've lost, some you've lost, but there is definitely some gain. So there are some things that are over at the basis of the situation that's happening here. These are big endings and brand new beginnings. This is major arcana, right? This is a major arcana. These are major energies that are happening in our world, and these are minor arcanas. These are minor, the things are day-to-day mundane stuff that's going on in our lives. But these are energies that are created to move us in a different direction. And at the basis of the situation, it's telling me, and I felt it when I saw that Wheel of Fortune, I think it was, yeah, it was a Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, that there is some big changes happening for you, and they may feel rather uncomfortable. And it does, surround about money. So there is a feeling of that you haven't won, that you're lacking. Now, in the past, you had some decisions to make. And you're wondering right now, did I make the right choices? And you know what? We all ask ourselves that question. At the, crowning this situation, we have the King of Pentacles. So there is, because this is crowning the situation. These are, what's happening top of mind. This could be a boss, or this could be you transmuting your energy from water to earth. And the King of Pentacles has his money on his mind and his mind on his money. And that can be a little bit difficult when there's no balance. And yeah, it's causing heartache. That's in the near future. There is some sort of disruption that is happening here. It's throwing you into the hermit mode, whatever is happening here. And it could be career, it could be love, right? Because we have the Three of Swords. You might have lost some things here over the past, I want to say month or two. You may have had some pretty big losses. And it's throwing you into, this is a card of Virgo. Again, these are major arcanas. You cannot, I mean, you can do something about those energies. You have to work with them, right? Because this is big endings and brand new beginnings. And in order to be able to see those endings and those brand new beginnings and look at it from a place of, love and gratitude, understand that this is not a punishment. You're not being punished. Okay. What you're being is reset, is what I'm feeling here. And you're being asked to go within. And so, what do you do when you go within? You don't reach for an outside source to bring you the peace. You bring the peace from within out into the world. And that's how you have impact in your life, not just for yourself, but you're having impact on others when you bring yourself into a place of resonance, right? Because the Hermit card is about higher learning, higher understanding, higher consciousness, because the Hermit goes into a cave to really seek wisdom and understanding and knowledge. And because there is so much noise out there, you can't hear what you should be doing. So this is a time to really uh, rest and reflect on what to do next. And because there's no action, I don't see for you to take, and there's no action to be taken here. There's no action to be taken here. The only thing that you're being asked to do is not ask why, right? Why is this happening to me? You're not a victim. This is happening to you so that you can continue on your journey and continue to grow. And you cannot stay stagnant. You're not, it is not acceptable to stay stagnant in the old paradigm. And when I say old paradigm, what I mean by is our conditioning. What I mean by conditioning is our childhood from, and let me just put it this way, from 0 to 7, we are living in what is called a theta brain state. A theta brain state is a brain state that is hypnosis from 0 to 7. After 7 years old, we have taken in all of this information in our environment, and now it becomes us. And then we get to a point in life, let's say, depending on who you are, right? Because I started feeling this transition when I was 20, and I didn't really step into my fullness, and I'm still stepping into my fullness until I was in my late 40s, early 50s. So I want to share with you that this is really a transformative process that is taking place, and the more resistance that you hold onto it, the harder that is going to take for you to move to the next level. But you are going to the next level. You know, this is all surrounding, when I say, work, it's surrounding your home. It's really, it's about, your sense of being in the world. This is the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands in the tarot means stability, right? Success and stability. And this is in the position of what you cannot see, that you're being given. This is coming towards you. The stability is coming towards you, but you have to generate it. You have to seek quiet time for yourself, introspection, journaling, meditation. These are the things for you to be able to work on, because in the hopes and the fear, you want to be victorious, right? This is a star card, and the star card is a card of um, it's a card of a blessing, right? A wish fulfillment, wishing on a star. And the fear is that you won't have what it is that you're wishing for. And if you're wishing for something from the past, chances are you're not going to get it. Okay. Why? Because that's what where you're growing from. You're growing from the past and coming into the future. Okay. So this is a little self-development that is happening here for you, and you can either embrace it or you can restrict it with your thoughts, with the non-deservedness. I don't deserve it. I don't know, why this is happening to me, the victimization. And so I'm going to encourage you to go to my playlist. In my playlist, there is a card, or not a card, there is a video. It's called Ho'oponopono. This is going to teach you how to have or begin to bring in self-love, right? So most of us, and I don't really like to talk about this too much because it can be triggering to some, but I grew up Catholic and Christian the majority of my life, or my young adulthood, not majority, but my young adulthood. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because we seek to find solace in the things outside of, the things outside of us. And you're being asked to find your solace within you. It's just it's just a normal thing. So if you're finding yourself in that space, right? Yes, we have higher intelligence. There is something greater and something bigger than all of us. But we also have responsibility to ourselves in this reality. We have a responsibility to ourselves. I call it radical responsibility, or it's called, or I don't know where I heard it from, but that's what we call it, radical responsibility. And so, if you can take responsibility for what it is that you have created that you're not so happy with, now you can go ahead and begin the process of forgiveness. Okay? It's about forgiving yourself. You can ask God to forgive you all you want, but if you can't forgive yourself, then it means nothing. Right? It's just a supplication. It's just a pleading. And that's why the feeling keeps coming up because that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that you're like, God, what did I do? How do I turn this around? All of these things that are happening in your mind. But I want you to know that you're being asked to go within, to create the stability that you're wanting. Because, the hope is that you will have your wish fulfilled. And then you have as the outcome the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a beautiful energy of creativity. So I'm going to encourage you to get out in nature. We're coming into spring. If you're walking around up north, you're probably seeing tulips. You're probably seeing the leaves come back to the trees. You're starting to see the shifts and the changes in the weather patterns. I want you to give yourself the opportunity to, if you're in areas that are, have been impacted by weather, there is still gratitude in all of that because in in everything, in nature and in life, there is a clearing process, right? There is a process of clearing things out so that we can receive new insights, so that we can receive um, the new self, right? Same thing with our planet. Our planet goes through these ebbs and flows where it wipes things out. But then you return, and the fullness and the vibration is so high because it's been cleared out. So I want you to kind of begin to look at your life as an ebb and a flow. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn to the Oracle Isis. The card that you got here is the Scales of Balance, Ancient Tantra of the Soul. Beautiful card. Wow, look at those scales. And that's what this feels like. It feels like you're bringing yourself back into balance. You're hoping and wishing for things. They're not happening as quickly as you'd like. But there is a process here that you are going through that you want to begin to honor. So if you give me a minute, when I come back, I'll have my glasses on and I'll read for you. I'll try to anyway. I'll be right back. We're back. Scales of Balance, Ancient Tantra of the Soul. You are a tantric, an initiate on the path of divine healing of the masculine and feminine, the two sacred polarities that are universal to human experience. As these energies come into mutual respect and balance, you attain great power, presence, and healing effect in the world of the soul and in the human world of form here on earth. You are supported in further exploring at this path now under the auspicious and blessings of beloved Isis. You are in the process of sacred relationship healing of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies within your own soul. This is the advanced spiritual path of Tantra. It is the connection of the body and soul, the effect of the inner divine relationship healing and genuine enlightenment of the mind and the body. The body becomes a living sacred temple of light and energy and wild aliveness. This embodiment can be experienced in movement, in deep stillness, in vitality, and in quietness. You are a tantric, a sacred priestess of the tantric arts. Some people mistakenly believe that tantra is simply about sexuality, but it is the truth, the journey of the soul to bring masculine and feminine polarities into wholeness. Love, unity, and empowerment to to learn, oops, to learn to be the enlightened path in every element of your being. This is soul building, work that is great serve work that is in great service to the spiritual healing and evolution of humanity, which is in deep need of those such as yourself, who can help create sacred connection between mind and body. It might be through your own personal healing of your body, mind connection, and perhaps through your healing services for others that you walk your tantric path. It might be done in a private way or in an obvious way. But what matters is that it feels right for you. Walking the path authentically is a choice to live in dedication to the sacred work of Isis, who taught us about the creative power that could come from healing and relationships between masculine and feminine consciousness. You are guided to accept this healing through learning to balance the masculine and the feminine energies within yourself and your relationship with others, balancing give and take, directing the flowing play and solitude are ways to do this now. Learning to feel as comfortable as possible with your sexual and spiritual nature, seeing how they can complement rather than compete with each other is helpful too. Connection with the body is the most powerful form of the healing for the feminine energy as it holds the secrets of the divine feminine wisdom. This can occur through movement, dance, and yoga, and is based on body awareness and presence, rather than necessarily involving fast flowing postures that may take you more, that may take more into your head than your body. You can come more into your body through time in nature, swimming, laying in the sun, resting, or walking, provided that you stay present with the physical sensation that you experience. The oracle also comes as a guide to your path, your inner healing and service. You are encouraged to explore divine masculine and feminine healing within yourself, specifically at this time. This may involve forgiveness and past relationships with significant males and females in your life. It may also require an adjustment to soften to allow in feminine wisdom, or cutting out some distractions or draining situations or relationships that minimize your sense of your own power and capacity to use masculine wisdom well. If you also drew the oracle, but you didn't, this is just one card. So this is a beautiful card. So it's just a beautiful card of bringing yourself back into balance. And that's what I was, prefacing here. You're going through a time, you're not seeing a whole lot of movement. You may even feel, because there's no cups here, there's no emotional fulfillment here. There's fire and there's earth. And, in the past, there was some thinking, right? There were some choices that you had to make. And the Three of Swords is showing me that you're having a sense of heartache. So the fastest way to bring yourself into balance, what's being shared here, is to get yourself into nature and really get into a grateful posture about what is happening in your life versus thinking in such a way that you're victimizing yourself. So, in my playlist, again, I'm going to suggest that you listen to the video on the Ho'oponopono. That is going to begin to teach you how to love yourself a little bit more. There are 4 sentences, right? But it'll give you a little bit of information with some music. It's a 30-minute. This one is a 30-minute. But I would suggest that you do it regularly, just to begin to bring that healing within yourself. And it's, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Those are the four sentences. And it's a repetitive thing so that we can start to love ourselves. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And, even to bring this into balance, right? Because your water, this is fire. This is your definitely, a great, if this is a partner, this is a great partner for you, fire, to help bring back that masculine energy. Um, but that's the most important thing is tell you what masculine and feminine energy it is to do, right? To take action. That's the masculine. The feminine is to rest and reflect so that you can do based on your reflections instead of from a place of fear and running around and thinking that you have to do things. It is time to take a step back. Okay, and balance these energies out. And I will see you next time. If this resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, please come back. Because I'm reading your energy, right? I'm reading the energy of the collective. So whoever finds this, whenever you find this, this is the right time for you to hear this message. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments or you can email me. I'm here to support you on your journey. You have yourself a great day, and I will see you all on the other side.